Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'll talk about a very practical thing, being the cheapest sim racing setup you can buy, which also provides a decent experience. The video is mainly meant for people that are new to sim racing or parents that have a kid desperate to try out a wheel. Now there is something I really need to make clear. If you're on a budget, you just don't go to the warehouse and buy the cheapest sim wheel you can buy. I know in the US there are grocery stores like Walmart where you can buy just about everything, but here, and I believe in many European cities, the grocery stores have a limited amount of wheels and chairs they offer. And it shouldn't come as a surprise, but they are often very poor, and you will have a completely wrong image of how fun sim racing with a wheel can be. So where do I buy a wheel and a chair then, you may ask? The answer is simple: the secondary market. On the secondary market you can really get nice things, and sometimes even at 50% of what they sell for in retail. Now I know that people often are afraid to buy secondhand because there is always that little voice inside our head whispering that there must be something wrong with it. But out of experience and with all the wheels I bought, I did not encounter a single one that didn't work. Sure, some needed some decent cleaning, but most were in very good condition technical wise. Okay, so now you know where you have to look. Now let's see what your money can buy you. I have selected two items, a wheel itself and a chair. I have reviewed both in detail, so if you want to know more, please click the links that will pop up. The first one is the wheel, a Thrustmaster T150. It is a force feedback wheel, which means that it actually pushes back when you turn the wheel. This wheel has a very modest force feedback, just enough to experience the added dimension of racing with a steering wheel versus a controller. It is very suitable for children or family use. Don't expect too much of it though, it is a budget wheel after all. They are compatible with PC, PS3, PS4 and PS5. And Thrustmaster also has an equivalent for Xbox users, being the Thrustmaster TMX. They come standard with a clamp to fix them on a desk or table. This works fine too on a flat surface. Only problem you have is fixing the pedals somewhere. They are very light and they tend to slide. These wheels are still sold in shops and will vary around €200 or $250. On the secondary market you can find them for around €100. The second item, the seat, is actually optional, but I do recommend it for two reasons. One, you will have a higher sense of immersion in the racing game. You feel more like you are inside a car due to the seating position, the position of the steering wheels and the pedals. And two, which is fantastic, you can set it up in about 20 seconds, and when done racing it just folds up and takes up a limited amount of space, ideal for a kid's room or the living room. The Playseat Challenge is absolutely the best buy here. The seat is qualitatively decent, you can adjust it in many ways due to the Velcro creating a comfortable seating position for people of all heights. It is also very easy and quickly adaptable without the use of any special tools, making it probably the fastest solution for turn-based racing. The setup is also straightforward, and if you ever assembled an IKEA cabinet, you will have absolutely no issues with this. It does look a little funny and can also serve as a beach chair with a place to put your beverage. You will pay around €200 for this in a shop, and secondhand for around €120. Now just to clarify, these are prices for the Belgian market. I looked at the neighboring countries and saw they handled more or less the same pricing, but of course this differs from region to region since availability of a certain item is not always guaranteed. Should you buy the items I recommend on the second-hand market and you or your child loses interest in these items, you can resell them again on the secondary market for a minimum loss of money, which is a very important factor as people tend to lose interest in something quickly these days. If your child starts to whine about it not being new, please tell them to go work and see how much time it takes to raise €200 or $250. Yeah, well, no, don't tell them that, but I mean, there is nothing wrong with being a circular consumer. And yes, it doesn't have all the foam and plastic around it, but look at it on the bright side. Less waste you need to stuff in your garbage bin. The reason why I make this video was my recent review of a seat which is sold by many retailers that praised it but was actually quite disappointing. If you know nothing about sim racing, you will believe these shop specialists, end up buying it and regretting it from the moment you sit in it. I am planning to make a more intermediate configuration for a sim rig too soon, so if you want to find out what is the second stage, subscribe to the channel and find out. Now, very important, if you have questions, please ask them. A question asked is a chance less of overspending on sim racing. Also, if you could help me out, can you post links of the most used classified second-hand sites of your region country? I will make a separate comment and pin it. It would help me for future videos. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next video.